In the year 2000X, there was a young teenage boy, 14 years old and transitioning from junior high to high school. When he wasn't at school, he was playing video games like any other kid his age would, chilling with his best friend, or was on a now ancient social media site known as Bebo. Through that site, he met fellow fans of his favorite video game hero, Mega Man, and these online friends would sometimes create and share animated music videos, or AMVs, editing together clips from Mega Man NT Warrior, or even the newest Blue Bomber on the horizon, the Mega Man Star Force anime. Set to several licensed music from bands such as Linkin Park or Breaking Benjamin. Yeah, we were super goth back then, weren't we? Inspired by these AMVs and gaining encouragement from his friends to try it out, even being given the grand tour through good old Windows Movie Maker by his best friend, the Windows XP version that is, he created his own YouTube channel on July 15th, 2007, and he would give it the most embarrassing username of all time, Your Father 512. It is indeed an embarrassing username, but the name is a Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back reference. You know, that scene. Right from the get-go, Your Father 512 was hooked on this whole video editing thing. The act of creating new videos by putting together a variety of different media sources, whether that was his own line of AMVs or an early form of meme videos, you know, before the term meme was a thing, it was all so fascinating to him. Over the next year and a half, Your Father 512 would keep practicing his craft. He started creating 40-second long or even 1 minute long intros to precede his content, which is a no-no nowadays, but boy was he proud of them along with his AMVs. It wasn't the most legally sound type of content, but it was his way of getting good at editing. Later on, he would discover the Rockman EXE Zone, a fan forum who was famous for their Mega Man Battle Network 6 modding guides, still is today. And through the earliest of battle modding guides written on the site, by Mega Rock EXE, Your Father 512 learned how to create practically any type of battle in the game that he wished. The possibilities truly seemed endless. So following in the footsteps of other Mega Man Battle Network fans on YouTube at the time, Your Father 512 began creating modded battle videos, making a playthrough of Mega Man Battle Network 6, and even taking battle challenge requests from his viewers. Many of them had something to do with Proto Man and Bass, but it was a fun time. But those fun times were about to come to an end, since as we touched on before, AMVs using Linkin Park and the like was not going to fly on YouTube for long. So in November of 2008, after having amassed a somewhat respectable for the time 40 to 50 subscribers, Your Father 512 woke up to his YouTube channel being suspended due to copyright infringement. Welp, he wasn't making any more AMVs after that. Of course, the loss of his YouTube channel was crushing, but not enough to snuff out his passion for creating videos. After all, by that point, he was sure that he wanted to become a video editor when he graduated. So it didn't take long before Your Father 512 decided to ditch the name and start anew with a brand new YouTube channel, to continue his love for editing and share his favorite video games, especially Mega Man, with the internet. This time, he was going to take YouTube more seriously than before, as much as a 15-year-old could. And if he could put smiles on a few people's faces all the while, then it was worth it to him. But first, he needed a name. Something cool. Something edgy. Maybe a play on another Mega Man channel known as ShadowRockZX. But instead of Zero, he would of course be Rockman. Yeah, it's perfect! So it came to be that on November 14th, 2008, 10 years ago, a new YouTube channel was born, and Your Father 512 would leave a message on his old channel. Upcoming videos. No new video plans. If you want to see the newest videos I'm making, check out ShadowRockZX. Yep, it was me the whole time. Who would have thought? Ha!
Take this! Eat them!
ShadowRockZX presents.
Hey guys, ShadowRock here with the 10th anniversary ShadowRockZX retrospective video, albeit coming very late. Happy Thanksgiving though, everyone. I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much. It doesn't feel like it, nor can I believe it, but the ShadowRockZX YouTube channel is 10 years old now. We've made it to the double-digit club now. As I touched on with the intro, when I created ShadowRockZX on November 14th, 2008, I was only a 15-year-old high school student in my sophomore year. I had already been video editing for a year by that point, mainly making AMVs of Mega Man NT Warrior and the Star Force anime, with Linkin Park music and silly stuff like that, with none other than good old Windows Movie Maker, the Windows XP version. The newer ones sucked, to be honest. That was my way to practice. But of course, I lost the old channel to copyright strikes eventually, so it was time to move on from that and start over with a new identity. I remember sitting in class thinking up a new username until ShadowRock dawned on me, which is basically Shadow Rock Man, in case you don't know. So after marching band practice that day, I got home to create that new account. I wanted to be just ShadowRock, but that was taken, so I had to add the ZX to the end of it. And thus this channel was born and the name stuck. The ZX at the end gives the name a certain air of coolness, don't you think? When I made ShadowRockZX, I wasn't thinking about making a living out of it. I didn't even dream of making that happen, since in those early days of YouTube, the partnership program was truly for the elite few, and monetizing gaming content wasn't really a thing. No, it was just a hobby for me, both to get better at editing because I wanted to become a pro editor when I graduated, but also to share my love for video games with you all, especially the Blue Bomber, Mega Man of course. And if I can make someone laugh or put a smile on their face somewhere along the way, then it is indeed a worthwhile thing doing for me. I wasn't always the happiest person in the world, but it did give me great joy making someone else happy, either through my work or some other way like helping them out or being there for them. So it's a big deal for me when I can make an impact on another's life, even in place of my own happiness. Anyway, I started out doing Mega Man Battle Network and Star Force content. That's what I was known for back in the day, and still am to some degree. I did modded battles, challenges, and began creating the infamous Rise of the Shadow series, where fourth wall breaking is a common occurrence. Yep, we never took ourselves seriously at all with that, just having some good old-fashioned fun, which is something I try to keep alive on this channel to this day, the spirit of goofing around and having fun. My early works are honestly hard to go back to now personally. My early design works were awful, and what was I thinking with the 40-second long intros? No really, that's a question that comes up constantly when I see my old stuff. What was I thinking? But that just goes to show how much I've improved even in ways I hadn't thought of before until I did look back. A wise man once told me, never compare yourself to everyone else. Compete against yourself, and if you are better than you were the last year, then you are on the right track. And that definitely still holds true today, and especially true on YouTube. Every channel grows at different paces, at their own pace. Some guys will reach 500,000 subscribers in a few years, and then there's guys like me bordering on 30k subs after 10 years. I've learned it's important not to worry about it and keep doing you. Besides, I truly do enjoy interacting with you guys, and it would be a shame today that the channel got so big that I couldn't get to everyone. I try to read as many comments as I can, even though it has gotten crazy recently with how much the channel has blown up this year. Anyway, I also dabbed in uncommentated video game walkthroughs for a while too. I wasn't a fan of the whole Let's Playing thing until I started watching several other YouTubers that did Let's Plays. I got inspired to give the whole Let's Playing thing a go myself. It seemed a lot of fun, and by watching those people, I kinda got the gist of what you need to do for a Let's Play. I saw how much more engaging videos can be when you add your voice to them, and the power of these videos had to inform or make people laugh, cry, and shine a light into our dark, everyday life. That's what I wanted to do. The biggest obstacle for me, however, was that, well, I really do not like my voice, guys. Never did. It was definitely a struggle getting used to hearing my voice played back to me, but trust me, you will at least come to tolerate it over time. So that's when I started my first real Let's Play, Mega Man Battle Network 5 Double Team DS, and I never looked back. And most recently, we entered the world of Mega Man news coverage. There wasn't so much to talk about for 8 years besides Azure Striker Gunvolt, Mighty No. 9, among other spiritual successor type things for a while though. But we really hit our stride this year with the announcements of Mega Man X Legacy Collection and of course Mega Man 11, growing from 14 to 15k subs in December 2017 to 28k and counting today. The Blue Bomber's return really ignited a fire in the Mega Man community again, and it's so exciting to see that, and even have a new game to talk about again. Even that is mind blowing to me. This channel was around for the launch of Mega Man 9 and 10 and the Star Force series as well, but I didn't get to cover them as much as I would have liked because the recording equipment either didn't exist or I didn't have the means to acquire them until later. After all, I was only 15 or 16 at the time. I didn't have the money to really buy anything myself until later on. So believe me, finally covering a new Mega Man game this year, let alone early thanks to Capcom, much love to you guys, it felt fantastic and I hope we'll get more opportunities to do so in the future. I remember that growth was slow for a while until I was in my second semester of college in 2012. I believe that was around the time I finally hit 1K subs and I got my first ever YouTube partnership with TGN. I remember I was even rejected by TGN on the first application for not being big enough, but I immediately reapplied anyway and I got it. Then I jumped around through full screen and then finally landing on Curse as of 2 years ago, and I've seen a good amount of success since joining them. It's been surreal. Since getting partnered, we have just been growing steadily but at a more rapid pace than before, until before I knew it, I hit 10k subs, and I had to make good on my promise to show my ugly mug to you guys. Along the years that went by, I've had a lot of help too, from my old friend Keyblade of Venom, to the current crew I have recruited, Hero Azure, TGP, Sapphire, and can't forget the amazing ShadowRockZX Discord mod team as well. Oh Hi Lily, Ronderix, Grammer541, Iris, and can't forget the absolutely OP Dark Lord of the server, Neo. We've had a ton of adventures together these past 10 years. There were some downs, like the 2 times I almost lost my channel forever because the Google account was still linked to my old channel. That was still getting copyright strikes from YouTube on those ancient AMVs, which led me to delete everything off that channel and get a proper ShadowRockZX email. Those were scary times, let me tell you. Back then, to get your channel reinstated, you had to send an email to YouTube with all the different videos that you wanted them to recheck, and it would take literally 2 weeks for them to get back to you on it and reinstate all the videos in the channel itself. So yeah, it was a very lengthy process. All that time I couldn't really do anything on my ShadowRockZX channel. It probably still works like that too to this day. It is very difficult to get in touch with a human at YouTube, and we've certainly had our share of technical difficulties along the way, still do to this day. It's always a common thing with technology. Not to mention the other YouTube shenanigans we've endured, such as copyright claims. And remember the time that the word Navi was grounds to get our videos demonetized? Man, I'm so glad they toned that down recently. But the highs we had were some of the best times I've had in my life.
Oh my god, no!
No!
These guys are super OP.
Get that! Get out of here! No!
Yes!
I've had so much fun with my crew, and you guys too. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears, and even money goes into making these videos. But to me, it's all worth it for the memories. And when I see even one person legitimately enjoying the video, or when they tell me that I made their day and stuff like that, it really does mean a lot to me. Like any person who really puts themselves out there on social media, we've had our fair share of trolls, and those who would seek to bring us down too. Many times for reasons that we will never understand. But we kept pushing on towards our goals anyway, and we couldn't do that without you guys that have been so positive, supportive, and kind to us. I've been told over the years by people that they looked up to me, that my work helped cheer them up during hard times, that apparently I kept the Mega Man fan base burning while the Blue Bomber himself was gone for 8 years. I've even been told that I'm a hero. And while I'm flattered, honestly, I'm not perfect. I'm just a regular guy like everyone else. I've got my own problems and flaws, but I step forward and try to get better every day so that I can see that improvement when I look back a year from now. I'll be truthful with you guys. 2018 has been one of the hardest years for me personally. I've struggled with depression in years past, but this year it really hit me hard again, as so many things came up at once, and I got overwhelmed by negativity, and I messed up a lot too. But we all do, we all have those moments. But my situation has improved now, so don't worry about that. Yes, even as my personal life has changed a lot this year, I've actually been living with my grandma for the last year because she came down with a stroke and I've had to take care of her ever since. But I do want to thank you guys for all the kind words, support, whenever my grandma was having a hard time and we had to deal with that. But thankfully everything is okay now. Just gotta keep taking her to therapy and hopefully she'll be able to walk more independently as time goes on. And after all, how could I be sad at a time like this? We've had an amazing 2018 on the ShadowRockZX channel, and the friends I have and the people I've met are some of the best people I've ever known. Like I said, we've grown almost double our size since the announcement of Mega Man 11. I have to thank the folks at Capcom for finally introducing a new Mega Man title, because I felt like a kid on Christmas morning when I watched that stream in December, and the thoughts that Mega Man is back is something that kept me going through all those hard times. I even got the privilege to play and review Mega Man X Legacy Collection and Mega Man 11 early for this channel, thanks to Capcom, again. On top of that, I made some great new friends this year, some of them being people that I looked up to a lot and never thought I'd get the chance to talk to them, ever. But here we are. It really has been an honor being considered one of the biggest ambassadors for the Mega Man brand, unofficially anyway. I definitely plan to keep holding up that torch for Mega Man as time goes on. Dreams really do come true, guys, even for late bloomers like myself. Don't give up hope and keep working hard until they have no choice but to notice you. That's been my philosophy, and I couldn't be prouder of what we accomplished this year. I don't know how we're gonna top this year, honestly. It's been a fantastic time. I talked about before how I wanted to be a light for people through my work, but really in the end, you guys have been my light. My crew, family, friends, and you, the viewers. You're all the reason I keep going every single day and never stop moving. I just hope somewhere along the way, I was able to inspire y'all as much as you've inspired me. Thank you so much for supporting me, everyone. I really, really, really appreciate it. I want to take this time now to thank some individual people that have really made an impact on me this year, and in the past too. My family for never giving up on me and supporting my endeavors even though they probably think the whole YouTube thing is weird. My parents have given me a lot of encouragement, my mom has been in a couple videos over the years too. My grandma for being patient and understanding of me when I had work to do, and the rest of the family too. I can't thank them enough. My old buddy, Keyblade of Venom. Thanks for being there for me through the early years of the channel, and I hope you're doing well, man. It was a lot of fun writing Rise of the Shadows with you, and all the other fun times we had. I also want to thank Tamias. We had a bit of a rivalry going on in the early days, but thanks for being a friend too and inspired me to get better. It was great to see you again during one of the streams earlier. And if you're listening out there, I also want to thank Aggro from Trez. Thanks for the lessons on the boundary brick modding. You were probably the smartest and most mature kid I've ever known, and your knowledge was a great asset to making Rise of the Shadows way better. Hope you're doing well too, man. And then we get to the ShadowRockZX crew themselves. The first official member I brought on was Hero Azure. Thanks for taking up the torch for Rise of the Shadows for a bit and never giving up on me those last few years, even though I am pretty naive. I've noticed all the times you would get angry for me when you felt like I was being treated unfairly, and I really appreciate that, man, and all that you do for me. You're a good friend, thank you. TGP, old buddy, old pal. I was actually a fan of your channel way back in the day before we started talking, so it's a bit surreal even now to be working together and being best friends. I may be a big idiot, but thanks for putting up with me too. I don't take your advice or the times we had together for granted at all. You've always been the one with the wise advice when I needed it most. You're kinda like the big brother I've never had, and I'm thankful for all the hard work you put into the channel over the years. You're the best right hand man a boss could ask for and an even better friend. Thank you. Sapphire Stars 11. You better be studying, girl. No, but thanks for everything too. It's easy to forget sometimes that you were just a fan at one point, like most of our team, because you really feel like part of the family now. Your reactions to everything that goes on is honestly hilarious and has kept us entertained for many a year. Your art style is totes adorable too, and thanks for getting that artwork done despite the tight deadlines I gave you. Still need that new banner though. I can't even get through a message like this without teasing you, but you're really like a little sister to me. But all the same, thanks for all the times you stood up for me, putting up with me, and being a great friend. Yeah, there's a trend of all my friends putting up with me. I'm a handful, I tell ya. And shoutouts to our amazing moderation team on Discord again. Neo, you're literally OP and literally a sage. I've yet to meet anyone so wise for your age. Keep being lit, fam. Lily, it's been fun watching you grow as a person over the years. I'm glad to call you a friend today. The Splatoon, or should we say Sploon, sessions have been great. And your drawings are amazing too. Ronderix, we can always count on you to be your nerdy self when we needed it most. Thanks for sticking around, man. Graham, thanks for the 20XX and JoJo sessions. Oh, and also allow me to catch up on Mega Man Fully Charged. It's been fun and you're one of my best friends too, so thank you. And to our newest addition, Iris, you're literally the sweetest person I've ever met, and like some of the others, always has the best advice to offer. Thanks for everything too. Shoutouts to all the ShadowRock crew as a whole for shouldering the burdens along with me and being a great support network for me. I may be a one-man show a lot of the time, but I don't know what I'd do without these people today. And now I want to thank some of the people that aren't necessarily affiliated with my channel, but have definitely been awesome to me. RedZX, you said it best. You're my best friend. It's funny to say that since we've only met this year, but we really hit it off once we did start to talk, and it's been a blast getting to know you. Thanks for being a great friend this year, and I'm rooting for you to get past all these tough times you've been facing and keep uploading that content, man. I want to be there chatting right there with you when we're playing the next new Mega Man game early. Man, we gotta bring back those fully charged reviews too. LBD Night Train from the Mega Man Network. Thanks for being kind enough to host some of my content on your site over the past year. It's been an honor and a pleasure getting to know you too through the discussions and the recent Mega Man 2 collab. Ash Paulson from Game Explain. This guy has been so nice to me from the day that I reached out to him for that interview. Like, you have no idea how giddy Sapphire and I were to finally meet him. He's easily one of the nicest and hardworking guys you'll ever meet. It was a blast doing those discussions and collabs, and I just want to say thanks for the insanely kind words, the advice, and the friendship. Oh, and thanks to Andre too for the express permission to use their Mega Man 11 footage for a bit back when there wasn't a lot of footage to go around. You guys at GX are doing the Lord's work. Thank you. The dude who rocks that Rockman corner, Proto-Dude. I had been wanting to talk to him for a while too, so I was happy when he sent me those nice supported tweets and eventually reached out to me to help him find those secrets once I got my Mega Man X Legacy Collection review copy. Ever since then, it's been a good time getting to know him too, and I'm glad that all of us, including LBD Night Train and Ash, could talk as Mega Man fans of the roundtable sort of thing for the recent discussion. I love doing it, and I hope we'll get the chance again for the X Legacy Collection and future Mega Man topics. It really is a blast talking with you guys. I also want to give a shout out to Stephanie from Capcom, or rather from Nintendo as of a couple of weeks ago. Man, congratulations! Without her help, I probably would have never gotten to review the new Mega Man games early, so I can't thank her enough for hooking me up. She was a great PR manager at Capcom based on my experiences and what I heard from Ash and other people, so I hope she has a great time over at Nintendo. Some other people I want to thank is the Jump and Shoot podcast for allowing me the opportunity to be interviewed. I've never been interviewed for anything in my life, so that was definitely a unique opportunity, and it was a lot of fun talking to you guys. And of course I want to thank all the other people that I collabed with for the Road to Mega Man 11 series recently. MegaPhil X, Killer336, and MegaQuint. It was fun getting to talk to you gentlemen for the first time, and thank you guys for all the help and the friendship too. I really am grateful for all the new people I've met this year. You guys have been amazing. I want to thank anyone who has given me a chance to review or check out their games like 20XX, N-Cycle, among other indie devs, and of course Capcom. It's been an honor. And shoutouts to all my other friends out there that I didn't mention, but you guys have been amazing too. Well, sorry if I missed anyone, but that's the main people who have made this great year for ShadowRockZX possible. Except for the most important one, you, the viewer. Whether you were here for the Bound Network mods, ShadowRock Patch, Rise of the Shadows, the one-off playthroughs having nothing to do with Mega Man, the Let's Plays, the Mega News, analyses, hanging out on the Discord server, and everything in between, to anyone who has ever clicked on a video or even turned off that pesky ad blocker, thank you so much. You made all this possible. For the next 10 years, our goal remains the same. To spread our love for video games and Mega Man throughout the world, and to shine a bright light in a world filled with darkness. It sounds cheesy, but it's true. And that will never change as long as I'm around. I hope to keep laughing, crying, and smiling along with you all for a long time to come. And I can't wait for what's in store for both the channel and us fans of the Blue Bomber in the future. Well, happy 10th birthday, ShadowRockZX, and here's to many more. Thank you everyone, really, thank you. Until next time, rock on, and go have yourselves a giant feast. It's Thanksgiving time, folks.